Wake up, wake up, wake up. It's the Mecca Media Morning Show. And once again, I'm in the building. Speaking about the building, as you can see, we're here making it happen. I got one of my brothers, okay? One of my brothers in, not crime, not rhyme, but in this digital divide. Yeah. Brother Nehemiah, that's what I call him. Tell that one person on the north side who don't know you, tell him your name.
Rodney Harris, formerly always of Akron, Ohio.
We want to talk about how Blackburn, Ohio connects to the entire diaspora. And speaking about the diaspora, we talking about everything that's Black from here to the continent, from the continent to Spanish to Espanol to wherever they all over the planet, right? And that's what you represent with this new book, Echoes from the Past, right?
Right.
Now, before we talk about this book, Echoes from the Past, that you can get right now, it's available. We want to talk about you, the person, and what makes you, the person, decide to tackle such a task as Echoes from the Past. Tell a little bit about yourself, black man.
Well, like I said, I was born and raised in Akron, Ohio. From, my mom passed away when I was 16 months.
Okay.
So, the connection with parents was different. And I was raised by my grandparents. So, grandparents, because they much older, they came from like a generation or two from slavery. So they was all about supporting each other. And that's how we grew up, So once you become an adult, you got that mindset and you see all these things wrong and all these things happening to your people. And you be like, man, I got to do something. So with me, I'm not really an activist in a sense. I mean, I am, but I'm more of a creative thinker.
Storyteller as well.
Yeah.
Storyteller as well. You're a TV producer. You got your own TV company out there in Pittsburgh. You know what I'm saying? Even though I understand, hold on. They say you was rolling with the Browns this year.
Yeah.
Which I'm rocking the Browns right now and everything. But back to the business at hand. You said something I thought was dope. You're saying you only a couple of generations removed from slavery. A lot of people don't know that people are really walking around still connected to those echoes from the past. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? If you knew your great-great-grandma, she knew stories that echoed from the past. Let's just go right into it and talk about what is Echoes from the Past and why this book is so 2000 and now, and how it connects to our struggle here in the wilderness of North America as ex-slaves.
And I say this like really quick, right? I don't know if people feel this, but there's a change. Like when you saw what happened in Alabama, you saw how excited Black people were and they came together because they knew, okay, that was supposed to be happening before that. So there's a change happening. And when a change happens, you have stuff like this. This is a resource for people to come to and see a couple of things that they need to see. This book, Echoes, is the way that I came up with to get the voices from the past of people that they may not have heard their whole story.
Oh, this is so dope, man. I'm so excited to just go into what we were saying off the camera. Tell somebody how AI was used to get those echoes so those echoes can tell us something for the now.
So starting off, I was into technology, video, all that stuff. I got an email from a company called OpenAI, and this was like in December. And they was doing a beta test. And I don't know how I got on the list, but I was on the list. And I opened the email and it was like, can you look at this and see if you can find anything wrong, let us know what's wrong or whatever. So when I was with the first one, it was ChatGPT 3. And it was making mistakes and stuff like that. So I guess all the beta testing people sent the information back in. Then like January, early February, I got the 4. And the 4, when I was playing with it, it was amazing. You know, scary, just like you hear a lot of people say, I'm scared of this, I'm scared of that. It was that kind of what's really going on here, you know, because with the 4, it's called ChatGPT-4. It's like you talking to somebody, but you know you're not talking to no human. But you ain't talking to no computer either.
Okay, so let's break it down so the people who ain't privy to the conversation me and you had, that they understand what we're saying. So you're in front of a computer, you saying, hell, I want to talk to Malcolm X. So you says, okay, AI is in this computer. This trapezoid right here has everything. And you say, hey, first off, I need for you to go online, brother, talking to the AI and kind of get everything that Malcolm X said, or it was allegedly he said, get his whole his consciousness. This is what's happening in the palm of your hand or on your desktop. Then you said, I want to have a conversation with this thing, okay, this AI, and you asked questions about not only Malcolm X, you asked from Nipsey Hussle to Martin Luther King, our brother from Chicago, Fred Hampton, and Sister Wells, and you asked them all questions. You asked one general question that took you on a nice little maneuver. You said, how can we fix us as a people today? You said you got the unified question. They all answered the same way, right?
Yeah.
What was that answer?
It was the obvious one. It was, we need to support each other.
Come on, man. Malcolm said that.
All of them said it.
Come on, Tupac said that.
All of them said it.
Come on,
because
man.
when you, like, okay, how did I get the individuals that I wanted to put in this book? I got them because all of them kind of had the same feeling. You know, they were everybody but, you know, Abraham Lincoln, but I wanted to put him in there because, you know,
he's a part of our story.
That's how we supposedly got free, right? But all the rest of them, they were just straight dogs. And I wanted to put dogs in there. I wanted to put fighters in there because we don't teach our own history. And because we don't teach our own history, we're never taught about the real fighters. Like you were saying, the Nat Turner.
Come on, man.
Right? We, you know, Ida B. Wells, and I felt bad about this. The only thing I really knew about her is they put her on some kind of coin or something, right?
right.
But then when I started doing just the research on her, and I was like, man, why we don't know her? You know, because she was like, fight, do or die, I'm not going down like this type.
Come on now.
Right? So, but the book, it was an experiment. You know, I knew AI was like, something was going on here. And I was like, let me do an experiment. Let me see if AI can gather all this information about these people that I picked out.
Come on now.
Right? And I can ask questions. And I asked the AI to answer the questions as it felt. Not as they, because we know they dead, right? They ain't feeling nothing.
Use their consciousness to come up with the answer. Yeah. Come on.
Could they do that? And when I first started, because I had to do research on all these people first to make sure that the AI wasn't giving me answers that didn't apply to them or wasn't like their personality and all of that. Well, as I'm doing research, and I'm looking at the replies coming back, I'm like, whoa, that's deep. And so after the first chapter, I was like, let me just start asking questions that I got, you know, that I was always confused about, you know, and I started doing that and it started giving me answers. And I'm like, whoa, this is deep. You know, and I put it all in a book.
That's dope, man. Hey, listen, man, this book right here, Echoes from the Past, you guys need to pick this thing up. It's important. From our brother Rodney in the building. I call him Brother Nehemiah. Listen, we're going to take a little break. When we come back, we're going to talk about what he's doing with the book and how he's going to use the book in school systems to help elevate and ultimately educate our people and family when we become black, y'all.
The black community's struggle for emancipation, recognition, and empowerment has been marked by remarkable courage, resilience, and sacrifice. The voices of civil rights leaders, though silenced by time, continue reverberating through the pages of history. Their words still echo in our collective consciousness. Echoes from the past. AI conversations with deceased civil rights leaders and black icons on the state of the black community. Order Echoes from the Past on Amazon and Barnes & Noble. And get the audiobook and t-shirts on bellstreetpublishing.com now.
And we black. Listen, check this out. I told you guys we was going to talk about some of the dynamic things that you're doing with the school system. I understand you have this book. It's going to be in Blackman Public School System.
It is.
And so let's talk about it, man. How did you get that happening, and where you see this book going in the future?
First of all, that was a big honor. And I told him, I was like, I graduated from this school system.
Come on now.
So and I wasn't really all that good in like English and math and none of that, right? So for me to produce a book that they were overjoyed. We didn't have to beg them or anything. They was overjoyed to put it into their school system, right? And hopefully it will get fully in. And we did a study guide for the teachers to make it easier for them. And we are inches away from getting it in the Columbus school system, right? But the reason we went after the schools is when we heard that they weren't teaching Black history anymore.
Critical race theory.
Yeah. We was like, okay, well, let's hit them a different way.
Come on now.
Let's hit them with the AI, and then let's hit them with Black history, right? So now you got a dilemma. Okay, because everybody know
right.
AI is going to come in.
It's technology, bro.
Right.
They can't front on technology.
And then we targeted Ohio and Florida.
It's important that we target Florida. It's important that we target Florida because, to my understanding, they have a complete. They actually trying to brigade stuff like this out of Florida. Okay, they on the front lines of trying to decline what we trying to do. To hell with Florida, and to goodness gracious for brothers like you to fight the good fight on the front lines in Florida.
And
and the hell with Florida.
Everybody asks, why are you going after Florida? You can't. I was like, hold on, stop. What I learned about Echoes from the Past is they didn't have that. You can't. You got to.
You better say it, brother.
So I told them, I was like, don't just let them do stuff. That's what this is all about.
Come on, man.
Put some fight. Put your boxing gloves on. Throw the hat up if you need help, like old dude did, right? And don't just let them do stuff. So that's why we targeted those two states. And then what I told them is, I learned about promotion from people like Prince, Michael Jackson, Madonna.
Come on now.
Right? That you target areas where you're going to get the most attention. Right. So to sell this book, you got to get attention. That's what this is for. Right.
Right.
I was like, where's the best place to get attention right now in this country? It's Florida. Because you got a governor running for president that's trying to stop you and your people from getting your word out.
Come on now.
I was like, it don't get no better than that. So let's go to Florida.
That's right.
Let's do Florida.
Put on our black hats.
It ain't about whether you win or not. It's about whether you fight.
I like that. I like that. That's a t-shirt. Hold on. It ain't whether you win. It's whether you get in the ring. Okay?
Yeah, that's all these people did.
I like that, man. Big ups to some of the dope people that you got in this book. For the one person who don't know how the hell to get this book and how to support you by buying the book, how can they get involved and how can they pick this thing up and where?
The main thing, you want to tell them about this, the book launch?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. So we are doing the book launch, and this is a big honor, man. Right?
Mm-hmm.
They approached us about it. So we're doing the book launch September the 23rd at the John Brown House.
Come on.
Right there on West Side.
Come on.
Right?
If those of you know what we're talking about, you'll know how significant our abolitionist brother John Brown really is and connected to this Echo, because he's an Echo.
He was a dog.
He's an Echo that sits right up there on Complex.
Look here, when they approached me, I felt bad that I forgot about him.
Right.
You know, because it was really, when you don't know your history, you forget people that they never promoted.
Right there in the community.
Man, I live right down the street, right down the hill. You know, so when we went to meet them, they were all excited because of the book and the concept of it, right?
Incredible concept, brother.
I was all excited because I was like, you understand, I grew up right down the hill. Plus, John Brown is like one of them famous dudes in our history. And to do it at his house, I was like, oh, wow. So I want Akron to show up and show out.
I like that.
Really.
Here's what's so dope about having it at John Brown's mansion and everything, is he went out and fought for you. I'm going to say it again. He went out and fought. Some of the stories that you hear about him messing around with them Quakers and whatever the hell he was doing and everything, he took the fight to them, right?
He did.
And you taking the fight back to his house to continue the fight by letting people know what's right with us and what's wrong with society, okay?
Couldn't have been
John
no better.
Brown, man. John Brown, man, to say it again, where it's going to be at and what day again?
John Brown House, right there diagonal and Copley Road on the west side. September the 23rd. It starts at 11 o'clock and it's going to run till about 1:30.
11 o'clock in the a.m.
As long as we want it to run.
Right. That's dope, man. And so we get our books before that or at that?
We're going to do a book signing.
Mm-hmm.
Then we're going to have a lecture where people can ask questions and stuff. And then we're going to have continue the book signing. Then we're going to have pictures. We're going to have all that. We're also doing down in Cincinnati.
The National Underground Freedom Center, right?
Right.
Hey, man, that's dope, man. For those of you who don't know what that is, get your black ass down there, because that's your history immortalized there, and it's really not that far from us. People think we got to go all the way down in the Deep South to see some of our history and stuff like that, but that's the gateway to the South. But listen, man, we appreciate you, man. More importantly, we want everybody to know that this guy right here is one of the most intelligent people that I know. As I said a little earlier before, we want you guys to support the book, support the show that's about to happen, and more importantly, for AkronHipHop.com and Nehemiah, my brother. Echoes from the Past is the book. I am your brother, Hiram Hakeem. Y'all better feel me before they kill me, y'all. Peace.